Welcome to War India News Hour. Even machine learning cannot be a silver bullet for cybersecurity. It is quite ardent that each organization handling customer interfacing has to handle the issue of cybersecurity on a priority basis. This has greatly increased the functioning of the security experts. Their very existence is based on cyber capability and robustness of cybersecurity. Enterprises help business capability to deliver everything actually hinges on the capability of cybersecurity. Any hack brings those capabilities down the trust and loyalty to that particular brand. The recent example in the city of Belgium, the process of ransomware has affected not only common people but also the government. It was a mega ransomware attack for the whole government out of their senses on that particular point in time. The attack affected nearly 1 billion computers in the US. The attack was an outcome of lack of management for monitoring. In the history of cybersecurity, it has been seen that ransomware attacks happened only in cases of a large number of public utilities are woven in the company. The money had to be paid due to the cyber incident. But there is no way to solve the problem. Government agencies, municipalities or private companies, which are mostly public limited companies, are hit by this kind of attack. However, resilience is something which are not working upon. A recent report says, unfortunately, machine learning will never be a silver bullet for cybersecurity compared to image recognition and natural language processing, that is NLP, the two areas where machine learning is thriving. There will always be a man trying to find weaknesses in systems or ML algorithm to bypass security mechanisms. What's worse, now hackers are able to use machine learning to carry out all their nefarious endeavors. It is important to scrutinize how actually artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning can help in cybersecurity right now and what this hype is all about. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. UAE targeted of cyber attacks after formal ties with Israel. The UAE was the target of cyber attacks after establishing formal ties with Israel, the country's cybersecurity head Mohammed Hamed Al-Kuwaiti said. He added that the financial sector was targeted but did not elaborate. He did not specify if the attacks were successful or provide details on who the perpetrators were. The number of cyber attacks in the UAE increased sharply after the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Kuwaiti said traditionally many attacks in the region originate from Iran without specifying who is behind them. Gionee found guilty of infecting 20 million phones with malware. In a surprising judgment, a Chinese court has found that more than 20 million Gionee phones were intentionally inflicted with Trojan horse via an app between December 2018 and October 2019. There was huge branding over the media taking place as part of the marketing activity in India too. Shenzhen Zhipu Technology, a subsidiary of Gionee, was behind to implement a Trojan horse program into users' phones through the update of the Story Lock Screen app. As the report explains, the software is automatically updated on the affected Gionee mobile phones without the user's knowledge using the pull method. Mindtree partners with Databricks to offer advanced cloud-based data intelligence. Companies are accelerating their digital transformation, boosting demand for open cloud-based platforms. To complement this opportunity, Mindtree has partnered with Databricks to help customers implement cloud-based data platforms for advanced analytics. This service will support use of the Databricks platform from implementation throughout the entire customer journey. Wendy's to open 250 cloud kitchens in India. A company from US is experimenting with a new format as the COVID-19 outbreak has made many consumers unwilling or unable to visit traditional stores. India's Rebel Foods is planning to open about 250 so-called cloud kitchens across the country, one of the most ambitious efforts yet to serve customers through delivery rather than the traditional fast food stores as the industry adapts to the coronavirus pandemic. cloud kitchens, which derive from their name from cloud computing, are remote facilities without seating or cashiers that prepare food exclusively for delivery. Indian banks need to hire experienced chief risk officers, says Deloitte. The Indian banking industry needs to hire experienced chief risk officers to deal with cybercrimes, Deloitte said in a report. Observing that banks are the most targeted sector, the report said that nearly 22% of cybersecurity attacks which took place in India in 2018 to 2019 were on the banking industry. The sector has witnessed increased cyber attacks as it accelerated efforts to ensure digital banking and remote access to employees during the pandemic. Rising cyber threats after COVID-19 pose serious concerns for Indian banks and the RBI, it further added. Steve Wozniak launches a new company after 45 years. Steve Wozniak is starting a second company by the name F-Force and aims to use cryptocurrency and blockchain technology to make it cheaper and easier for companies to fund green projects. Wozniak co-founded Apple in Steve Jobs' parents' garage back in 1976. The aim of F-Force is to democratize the $250 billion USD market for energy efficiency projects towards a more sustainable future by merging cutting-edge technology with over a decade of direct market experience in the energy sector. As an engineer, Woz created some of the most beautiful computers in the world, and now, decades later, he decided to revolutionize the way people interact with energy efficiency projects. Tata Sons to invest Rs 11,000 crores to make iPhones in India. Tata Sons is planning to set up a mobile phone and component manufacturing plant in Tamil Nadu to make iPhone parts, and it seeks to up to $1 billion through overseas loans for the same. The partnership with Apple will be part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Make in India push. The Tata Group will avail the benefits under recently unveiled productivity-linked incentive scheme of the Modi government. They plan a capital expenditure of $1.5 billion for building manufacturing capacity in this area. The new production unit is expected to cater to Apple's sourcing needs to begin with. It may eventually scale to meet the requirements of other OEMs from South Korea and Japan. AI tool to inspect quality of goods manufactured by MSMEs. IIT Kharagpur researchers have developed a portable artificial intelligence-based device for automatic inspection of goods manufactured by Indian micro, small and medium enterprises. The innovation will benefit these SMEs which rely on manual checking and incur losses when an entire batch is rejected if a few samples turn out to be faulty during random inspections. The portable device will click pictures of products when set up on a batch of goods and send the feed to the AI-based software for quality control. Allowing corporates into banking isn't the view of RBI. RBI Governor Shaktikant Das said that internal working group suggestions to allow corporates to promote banks shouldn't be seen as the central bank's view. RBI's internal working groups, that is IWG, suggestion to allow corporates into banking has received sharp criticism from experts including former RBI governors, deputy governors and also chief economic advisors who fear doing so may put depositors' money at risk as lending can happen to entities within a group. The IWG also suggested allowing NBFCs with over Rs 50,000 crores in assets to be considered for conversion to banks. McAfee Product Strategy and Execution Head Ashutosh Kulkarni to step down. After spearheading product strategy and execution in the company's enterprise business group for more than 2 years, Ashutosh Kulkarni will resign his leadership post at McAfee. Shishir Singh, who currently oversees the company's web protection, data protection, CASB and network security products, will replace Kulkarni on an interim basis. Ashutosh has been a valued member of the executive team at McAfee and will resign from the company effective January 1st. Summing up, the year 2020 witnessed COVID-19 take over the real world as well as the cyber world, including COVID-related scams and ransomwares. Now, the cyber criminals began to promote mobile adware more heavily to younger audiences via popular social platforms like YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. Fake news have spread during the pandemic, including fake news alleging that Bill Gates has created or financed the creation of COVID-19 in order to sell vaccines and gain power over the world. Other examples of fake news during the pandemic include conspiracy theorists speculating democratic governments using the virus as an excuse to turn their systems into autocracies and that 5G was responsible for the spread of the coronavirus. Technology is evolving quickly, making it easier for deepfakes to be created, and the rate at which deepfakes can spread is also increasing due to social media. An expert states nothing has to be real anymore, meaning that people will believe fakes, especially when it comes to political deepfakes. Deepfakes are taking off for the big time. Deepfakes, particularly pornographic deepfakes, appeared in 2020, including explicit deepfakes of TikTok users. We advise people to stay extra conscious and cautious about what they see online and verify things they come across before trusting news, apps, links, sales offers, and even video content as they could be manipulated. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.